Good morning, dear students. Today we discuss tempering, a very important process in heat treatment of steel. Commonly, after hardening, tempering is done to make steel more tough and ductile. Because of hardening process, the austenite converts into the martensite, but this conversion also affects the brittleness of the steel, and steel becomes more brittle. And sometimes it will happen that after hardening, steel may even crack because of extensive formation of martensite. So tempering is generally followed to maintain a good balance between ductility, toughness, and hardness. So we have just like other heat treatment process, tempering consists of heating process. Tempering consists of heating a hardened steel to a temperature below ductile temperature and keeping it at that temperature for a specified time to reduce brittleness, followed by air cooling. This is the simpler process or simpler process description of tempering. The main objective of tempering is to decrease brittleness of the hardened steel. This is only the main objective, that we have to reduce the brittleness because of the hardening, excessive brittleness of the hardened steel. This is the main objective of the tempering. So when we see the hardness of the martensite, as the carbon percentage increases, the martensite hardness increases. So you have see that after 6%, it becomes some stable and a straight line is followed. So after 6%, whatever carbon you add, that is of no use for increasing the hardness. So 0.6% to 0.8% is a good amount of carbon percentage for increasing the hardness of steel. This graph shows that because of hardening, a martensite will form. And what is martensite? So martensite is a super saturated solid solution of carbon in alpha iron. So carbon is there, but because it is trapped inside the BCC iron, so the structure becomes somewhat not become the BCC, it becomes some orthogonal type structure is there. So it is hard and brittle because of the entrapment of the carbon in the BCC iron. So it becomes some brittle because it will create stress field because of the entrapment of the carbon. The variation of hardness of martensite, as shown in the figure, you can see that as the carbon content increases, the hardness increases. Then when we compare the hardness of martensite with a perlite, so you can see that perlite hardness is also increasing with increasing the carbon content. You can see that after 6% carbon, the martensite hardness is not increasing so significantly, but perlite hardness is increasing significantly on addition of the carbon. So when we go for annealing, normalizing gives the less hardness as compared to hardening. Hardening provides the martensitic structure. That's why it gets the maximum hardness. You can see that here the maximum hardness of 60 Rockwell hardness we can achieve because of the martensite. Whereas when the only perlite is formed, you can find very less amount of hardness, up to 20 HRC. So about threefold increase in the hardness level because of the formation of martensite. So when we come, the objective of the comparison of martensite and perlite is that only the formation of martensite can increase the hardness of steel. Brittleness in the hardened steel. So the hardening also introduces high internal stresses, making steel brittle because it is cooled very rapidly by quenching in water or oil or in brine solution. So that's why some internal stresses are there. Steel after hardening contains martensite, which is acicular and is very brittle. Martensite structure is very brittle. It is not used as such. You cannot use steel hardened in service component because of the martensite, it will crack, or because of the brittleness, it will crack in service after some period of time. Acicular nature of martensite causes triaxial state of stress causing brittleness, as hardened steel are so brittle that even slight impact may cause fracture. So certain some certain amount of low impact can damage your component. So what is the need of tempering? It is simple to reduce the brittleness of steel without significantly lowering its hardness and strength. Although strength and hardness are dropped, but it is not so much significant. They are dropped, but not so significant. It is essential to temper hardened steel to make them less brittle. Therefore, all hardened steels are tempered for use. During tempering, the martensite hardness may also get reduced to some extent. The martensite hardness will remove because some trapped carbon will go out from the martensite. So this is the temperature time transformation figure. You can see that how the tempering is done. Here, suppose martensite is formed, then we followed a cycle of martensite, not too much, not going beyond the austenizing temperature. It kept it below the austenizing temperature and hold for some time, and after some time, steel is tempered. So when we compare hardening versus tempering, you can see that tempering is occurring at very low temperature, but for a long time. So tempering is a process of heating a martensite steel at a temperature below the eutectite temperature to make it more tough. You can conclude like that it is used to reduce the brittleness and make the steel more tougher. So the properties that are changed during tempering, toughness increases at the cost of some hardness. The hardness of steel after tempering will be in between the hardness of martensite and perlite. It is somewhere in between. Phase changes during tempering. Martensite is a metastable phase. The equilibrium phases are ferrite and cementite. During tempering, martensite changes to low carbon martensite and iron carbide, resulting in reduction in brittleness. The internal stresses are also get reduced, making steel less brittle. So thank you dear students for watching this, and I hope that you like this video. And if you have any questions related to tempering, then please post on the